Looks like it's not playing. Oh, okay, there it goes. Let's see. Hold on, everybody. Sorry, things are not working the normal way. Here it goes. Okay. How's it going, everybody? For whatever reason, my little intro video thing that normally plays didn't start playing. So, I'll have to fix that. Happy Black Friday from us here at Mythos HQ. If you don't know, I'm Zach. You know. Matthew's gone. He's with his family. Jeff's in the back prepping something special. Not even the special thing that we're going to be talking about later today, but something else entirely, which I guess you guys will see that soon enough. But happy Black Friday. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and start chiming in. And remember, when you want to chat with me, if you're on a computer, write at symbol Mythos Pedals, and it should highlight my name. It's easier to see, and we'll get into it. So first things first, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate such things, and ate way too much and had a good time with the family. Hopefully not experiencing any big fights or anything like that. So I think we should start off with some questions and get to that, because the pedal launch that will happen today, it's a limited drop, will start at 10ish. So I'll just start turning everything on, making sure it's all working here in the background. I have it all kind of pulled up on my computer so I can easily just flip all the switches, because having everything scheduled by itself often is more difficult than you'd think. So some people are having some buffering issues. I'm going to close all my other little tabs, so hopefully I'm not using too much of my internet on the computer here, so hopefully it's fine. But anyway, we got a customer. Hold on one second. Hold on. What was that? Oh, I see a package on the counter. All right. Okay, so fire off some questions for me. We'll get into it. I think most people for today's release have already kind of figured it out. So if you haven't yet, I'm sure you will by the end of this. But fire off some questions, and we can start chatting about some things. Today is AMA Friday, and I didn't really know what to do today. I was going to try to get everything hooked up where we could play some stuff, but unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to get it all working. Doing a live stream where you can actually play guitar and hear said guitar is often way more difficult than it should be. What's one thing? Okay. Air fire. Here we go. As a non-American, what's one thing should I do this evening to feel more in the holiday spirit? Buy something, maybe? I don't know. What would make you feel more American? I don't know. Go pay a medical bill that's real expensive, maybe? I don't know. Oh, here's a good question. Grenade of Antioch. Lord bless this holy hand grenade. Which Strat and why? What a great question. So Strats are funny because while I have a very nice custom shop Stratocaster, these are one of my least favorite guitars, despite being arguably one of the coolest looking and most iconic instruments of all time. I have this because I think I need it. You know, I need a Strat, right? But picking a Strat, I think, is, for me, incredibly hard. And if you're not a Strat person, it might be hard for you as well. So I think one of the things you have to do with strats is just play as many as possible, because let's face it, there's about a billion different permutations of these dang guitars. So turning my do not disturb on. So like trying to find just the right strat, I think is pretty difficult. Now, you said which strat or clone. And I don't know. I'm kind of a guy that would, to me, if you want this style thing, there's two options. You get a Strat or you get a Silver Sky. Everything else is great, but I think ultimately you're going to kind of end up wanting this unless you really like the Silver Sky. And I think for the money, the Silver Sky, SE, and the bolt-on American-made one hold their own against pretty much anything. I got this because I just really wanted to get a cool relic Strat, and I like hardtail Strats a lot more than vibrato tremolo Strats. There's just something about how a hardtail Strat sounds, and I really like it. I like it more, and I think that this guitar I got at Groon's is just really cool. But I don't know. That's a hard question. Really just have to play as many things as possible. How much is the new pedal going to be? It's going to be $229. $229. And it will be limited. I saw that question. Maybe. Is today's release limited? Yeah, it's limited to the amount of components that we have on hand and we can get if we were to make more. So pretty much the first batch is going to be around 100 pieces, a little over 100. And once those are gone, here in a second, Jeff is going to get a good count on the remaining resistors we have, just an approximate. I think I know basically how many we have, but we're going to open it up for pre-order to that number. I think I have around 300 enough components to build around about 300. So we'll see how many we can make. You're uneasy without the intro. Me too. The intro is a time for me and Matthew when he's here, to kind of like get ourselves pumped up, because you have that, a couple minutes of just like, okay, let's focus. But it wasn't working, so I had to go live. So that's just how it be. How much fuzz on one board is too much fuzz? I don't think you should ever ask that question. Have a leftover turkey and dressing sandwich. Okay. Yeah, we're all thrown off by the lack of intro. I'm really sorry about that. I feel like the next step in your guitar journey is to learn all the notes on the fretboard, a la Corey Wong. Well, lucky for you, they all just repeat, and there's patterns you can learn to know, okay, well, if A is here, then it's also here and here and here and here and here. So it's not that bad. Learning them like to immediately say, slide any note and hit it and go, what is that? And then you look at it and could take a little bit of practice, but it's totally doable. I do think it's important to know all the names of the notes on the fretboard, especially on at least the E and A string. When I was growing up, playing in like punk and ska and bands like that, if someone was like, it's a 3, 5, 7 or whatever, I'm like, what? I don't know. That always drove me crazy. So I always tried to learn at least that. Let's see. Least favorite guitars. Oh man. Can I rank my favorite guitars in order based on generic grouping types? I think that's like a video in and of itself. I would have to plan that out. Let's see. Do I prefer a 3 or 5-way switch? On a Strat, just a 5-way. No one should have to suffer to get into a 2 and 4. How I kind of get around that is that most of the time on Strats for me, I like doing a traditional middle pickup that's not reverse wound. When you wire the middle pickup reverse wound on Strat in the 2 and the 4 position, you buck the hum, right? But no vintage Strat was like that. That didn't come until much later. So I think when you have a 5-way switch and you do a normal wind, not a reverse wind on the middle position, it sounds more quacky and it sounds older. In my opinion, it sounds older. Learn the cage method. Yes, it's a great way to get all your shapes locked down. I wish I had more time to learn all the things. I don't. Let's see. Anderson's isn't participating in the Black Friday shenanigans. So it's price of participation may vary. That's just how it works. Weirdly enough, for those outside the states, there's no map, right? In the U.S., we have a thing for business called minimum advertised price, to where I can say, hey, the minimum you can advertise this Arion tubulator is $20. And if you advertise beyond that or below that and you list it as new, a dealership can revoke your dealership, right? You can, cause a stink. But in all of Europe, there's no map. So really, if Andertons doesn't want to participate now, they could just randomly put everything on sale and there's nothing I could do about it, which sucks as a brand, I think. But that's the way it goes. So if they're not doing it, I'm sorry. They might do it if you email them or and call them and bug them about it. Can I compare the Z-Rec Junior and the Maz 18? Sure. I should do a video covering all the Z's. And by the way, at highvoltageguitars.com, all the in-stock Z's, I believe all the in-stock amps, are on sale. So they're all 15% off. I think this is one of the first times Dr. Z has ever done a sale. So if you're looking at a Dr. Z amp, go to highvoltageguitars.com. You can get 15% off. I think any of the in-stock amps are currently part of the sale. And if you're outside Tennessee, you get free shipping and no tax. So it's a hell of a deal on a Dr. Z amp if you're looking at it. But a Maz 18 is kind of like... that's the flagship Z, right? So it has a really great chime. The EQ of it functions kind of familiar in a Fender type of way, but it's voiced differently. So you have a lot of available breakup, so you can use it, as really clean or really pushed if you need to. The EQ works really well. But it's one of those things that's like it's all passive, so you can really use it to shape the overall sound of the amp. The reverb sounds huge on the Maz. And my favorite thing about the Maz is on the new amps, you have a foot switch that you can bypass like the tone stack, and you have like a variable knob on the pedal itself. So you plug in this pedal, it's included with the amp, click it on, and you have like a variable kind of boost thing that is changing how the entire EQ section of the amp is interacting with the rest of the amp, and it sounds great. It's super versatile. So we have a couple Maz in stock. They're just the best. The Z-Rec, however, totally different beast. Z-Rec is train wreck inspired, so think like high gain, like old school Vox and high gain. It doesn't sound like that Mesa back there, but it's like a really pushed big cranked Vox sound that's way more refined and much more straightforward. There's no bells and whistles. There's no reverb. It's just plug in, turn it up, and go. You're going to ride your volume knob in your guitar, and sonically just very different. It's kind of apples and oranges, really. Strats are very dependent on how good the pickups are. I don't test things. Like I bought that Strat without plugging it in. I didn't plug it in at all before I got home. I'm a weirdo. Will there be a non-limited version of the pedal that's coming out today at some point? It depends on how many of you guys want it. So that's very, very much the way we operate. If we make something, here you go. Here's a new pedal. Look at this. Okay, new pedal. We're gonna put it out into the world, and then it just stinks. I'm not gonna make it again. But if you guys want it and the response is good, and when you get it, you say, "Oh my gosh, this thing sounds great. Let me tell some people about it, etc., etc." Then we'll make it a full-fledged product, just like we did the Big Puffed. Now, if we do this, it's right here on my desk. I can see it. And it goes well, then it probably won't take as long as the Big Puff to get off the ground. But I don't know. It depends. It depends. Man, there's a lot of questions. Oh my gosh. Can I tease us about the aesthetic choices on the new pedal later? Jared's being real cheeky because he's already seen it because he came by the shop the other day, and I showed it to him. He even got to hear the demo before it was live. So, you're on the Mythos website. What page should you land on to be ready to order? You should make sure you open your email right when it's about 10 o'clock, and the launch email will be there with links directly to the products, but it'll be on the homepage. I'm going to update things in the background right before things go live, so you guys are going to bear witness to me going for a minute, just to make sure everything is up. Do I still have the Soldano? Did the C++ Sonzera overtake it for high gain? The Sonzera, I bought the Archon 50 Classic from PRS. I'm good pals with the people over at PRS, especially in like the artist department, and I really wanted to try that. The Archon 50 Classic is cool. It's like a really nice high gain, sort of, not super high gain, but like a modded like Marshall like 800 sort of thing. Sounds great. Clean sound good. They gave me the Sonzera, so I did not buy that. The Sonzera is really cool, and it does have a lot of gain, like it's kind of a shocking amount of gain. But I like it with the gain almost all the way off and the push channel, the dirty channel, like cranked. Sounds pretty good like that. I want to like build a little rig around it to see how it takes pedals and stuff, because the cleans sound really good. But the Soldano is gone. The Mark II plus Mark II C plus, God, so many things, is the be all end all high gain amp for me, because that's the sound in my head. It always has been that sort of sound. James Music Products. What was one of the hardest and easiest aspects of starting Mythos? The easiest aspect was doing something I liked. Being able to plug in and just make things, which I love doing more than any of this. I just like making things. If I'm making an image in Photoshop, if I'm designing a circuit board, if I'm building a pedal, doing that part of it, making one, or the aspect of creation, that's my favorite thing, and that always was. And the hardest part is as things grow and the creative things fade or shift what they have to be, so far as why you do them. I do Photoshop now just to get dust off of pedals and have to spend time like doing those sort of kind of monotonous things. The part of the things that you love tend to fade, so you have to really make sure that you enjoy what you're doing to make the job that you have still be fulfilling, because sometimes it's hard. I love building pedals. I don't build pedals very often. I'm gonna get in and get my hands dirty on the new one, because we're gonna have to, but I enjoy that. When you have help to get all these things across the line, every priority starts to shift, and I couldn't do what I do now with all this if not for the team helping me get everything across the line. And it's all, it's crucial to the business, but the hardest thing has been like having to take a step back from the things that I enjoy doing most, which is making things and creating things. Hope that was a good answer. um, oh, Grace had a broken pedal. I feel like I saw that. Yeah, I've never met Grace. But she's a Nashville cat now. So yeah, she just come by. I mean, what am I gonna, I don't, like, that's one of those things. If I met her in person, if I was out somewhere and I saw her, I would say, hey, come by the shop, check out some stuff. But I don't know, because she's like 18. I feel like it'd be creepy if I like sent her a message like, hey, you should come by the store. I don't know why, like, because it wouldn't be creepy. But you know what I mean? Just trying to be cognizant of those things. Ooh, do we ship internationally? What's it like for you guys experience wise? We do ship internationally, and it is very often a gigantic pain, um, which is no fault of the recipient. It's just customs sucks, tariffs suck, duties and tax suck, because inevitably, even if I say, okay, I'm going to collect all like the VAT tax and all that stuff, and then try to pay it in for you, you still get charged for it. It's always a big pain. But we do ship stuff. If we ship things and you get a gigantic bill and we charge you too much for shipping or whatever, I always try my best to make it right and take care of the customer so they get the pedal and they don't feel like they were ripped off, not by me or by customs or whoever. But I always prefer to sell things through a dealer, because inevitably it's probably going to be cheaper than paying the shipping and then whatever else you have to pay to get the pedal to you. And it's just less riddled with headaches, because sometimes the shipping stuff, like, even if it all goes smooth, it can just take forever or get hung up. I've had pedals going to Canada that went back and forth between the Canadian border and the Miami Customs Department in Florida multiple times. It's just like, I don't know, mail sucks. But we do our best. And the one thing that is very important to me is I don't try to cheat anybody. So I'm not going to like mark stuff as like having a value of $1 or whatever, because inevitably every time I've ever tried to skirt the line for stuff that was a genuine sale, it always comes back to bite me. Sometimes that happens when you're sending things like to that pedal show or to Canadian friends to do demos and stuff. Like, no, this is a gift. This is free. They're doing me a service. I'm not charging them for it. It's a whole rigmarole, but I do my best. I talk with my hands a lot. Can we hope or expect another modulation pedal in 2026? Maybe. Well, yes, absolutely, you can. But we'll see. I just answered an AMA about this. Modulation pedals are never, ever good sellers. The Oracle, despite being, in my opinion, one of the best analog delay circuits that I've encountered, didn't sell really well. So I don't know. I think the market for modulation style things and spatial effects and whatnot is caring less and less and less and less about doing things analog. They want features at an affordable price. I don't need PRS. Everyone carries them. What does that mean? I love PRS guitars. Yeah, me too. Let's see. Ooh, fixing a TS9 foot switch. The TS9 foot switch is really easy. Small Bear Electronics sells replacements. It's a really easy switch to fix. You just have to pull out all the foam, and it makes a mess. Are we gonna bring back Mythos pickups? Maybe. We'll see. I was in talks with another pickup winder. Not that I had a problem with Porter. I just had some different ideas, and I want to do it. But right now, it's just there's too many things to do. How does the HDRX 20 compare to the 50 or 100? I like the 20. It definitely sounds smaller. The 50 and the 100 is just incredible, but it's insane. It's so loud, like so loud. Um, I want to dive into the 20 again and learn more about it because admittedly I've only ever spent like 10 minutes with it. I do think it sounds good, but that sounds amazing. Um, let's see. Okay. Uh oh, okay. I have so many big muffs, but I gravitate to an elk sustainer or rat into muff sounds. Elk sustainer, is that a big muff variant? Yeah, okay. Um, hmm. I'm curious what it oh, it's a triangle with a high pass tone cap. Um, what did I do to the big puff to make it sound so good? I'm just I don't know. I just listen to it. That's what I do. I listen. I monkey with stuff and I just go, okay. I think that sounds better. Does it feel better? Yes. Those are the things I do. I don't know. It's like I think oftentimes I a lot of pedal builders build on a spreadsheet, right? They're building on a schematic. They're going this, make it. Um, but I'll do that, and then I'll just like dive in and really just listen to everything. If I think this will change something, then I'll do it. So, Paul, super chat, thank you. $5, $5, $5. It's just Jeff and I today, so we can eat well off less. What does this say? Pouring one out for your delay mods. They are stupid good. I'm really picky about chorus flange, but you nail it. Thank you. The Fates, I'm super proud of the Fates. I know it's just a tweak on the classic CE2, but I really think the chips that we got and how we tweaked the circuit, and the JFET buffer that's in there really make that chorus pedal sound super good in a way that others just haven't hit on. Ugh, excuse me. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. Whew. What do you do on this? On dipped and tone, I have a sneeze button. There it is. And a cough button. The shotgun mic's going somewhere else. Huh. Sneezing on camera sucks. How embarrassing is that? Okay. Is the brand of volume pot important? My pot on my S2, PRS, I assume, is going south. Super scratchy. If I bump it, the volume drops instantly. What should I replace it with? CTS is usually a good bet. Go to highvoltageguitars.com. Get a if it's an S2, it probably is a short shaft 500K pot. Our 550K short shaft volume pots would be perfect. And they're on sale right now. Let's see. Have I ever thought of building custom pedals like Seekers? So Mike and I are friends, and I wish I had time to do that, but I don't. So basically what's going to be released today is kind of like what Seeker does, just not as not a fuzz like that, like how he does you know, eyelet board and things like that, and fine tuning all those circuits to work with transistor pairs or trios is not something that I have the bandwidth for, unfortunately. So my hope is to always make the circuits that we make here to be as great as possible and repeatable as possible. That's really really important. Sneezing's better than farting. That is incredibly true. If I farted on camera and it was like a live stream thing, I don't know if you'd ever see my face again. Or maybe it'd be a big hit. Oh yeah, no. Where's the deoxit? You're right. Yeah. Let's see. Return of the Spartan series, kind of. Yeah. So, 931. Again, I'm gonna turn this on. Where's my button? Boom. 15% off Mythos pedals. All Mythos dealers, all participating Mythos dealers, it should say. And at mythospedals.com. At participating Mythos dealers. Boink. And mythospedals.com. Does sneezing make people laugh? They don't, so you're wrong. What the hell does that mean? Anyone developing a sneeze pedal? I'd rather a sneeze pedal than the fart pedal. Man, I met the guy who designed the fart pedal once at NAMM, and he did not find my distaste for it humorous. But I laughed when he said, I made the fart pedal. I was like, oh, probably mad at me. That's fine. Which dealers in Europe participate in the discount? Beats me. You'd have to go check. I don't. That's like a Matthew question. I think he means farts are funny. Oh, okay. I guess, yeah. Can I tell you about the 335 with a Bigsby that's in stock at high voltage? I can. I'll pull it up on the website and show you. Okay. And here we go. All right. Let's see. So we had an influx of used stuff, and the 335, this one, it might be familiar to people if you watch YouTube. It's a great guitar. We added the custom made plaque because there was just the original bridge was there. And this Bigsby has been put on it and is screwed into the top. So it wasn't easy to remove the Bigsby without leaving the holes. So found a custom made plate. 61 reissue. It's a 2022 and has a great slim neck. It's been played, but it's in really good shape. There's a little scratch and something on the finish on the back of the headstock, not through the wood, nothing like that. Great patina on the pickups, but this thing just is great. It depends on what you want to know about it, but it has a really nice, comfortable neck, and it never had a pick guard. There's no holes on the top or the side for a pick guard, but if it were me, I would put a pick guard on it, but I didn't feel like buying one and doing the whole rigmarole of getting a pick guard for this. But a great guitar. And then we also got this, a Cadillac Green Sparkle 1 of 1 M1. Really cool guitar. You'll never find another one of these. And it's the older M1 with the larger pick guard, which I genuinely love the look of these guitars. I know it's like you don't see as much of the wood with that big pick guard, but I think it really works. I think it looks really really nice. Did we sell the Rat Tail Burst, the R5? Yeah, we did. It is it's going to Australia. Can we start a fund for another Nashville Guitar Safari video? The problem with doing the Nashville Guitar Safari videos is that I don't have time to go do them anymore. We're here, we have the store, we can't just like close it to go to other stores. So I thought about doing some more of those myself now that I have one of these new 17 Pros. The camera on this is so much better, like especially like the front facing camera. But I, you know, add it to the pile. Are we ever gonna bring back the Runestone? Maybe. The high voltage is open today at 10 o'clock, so you are welcome. You are welcome to come by today. That's the cooler M1 in your opinion. I agree, Phil. And thanks to Phil for being a moderator in the chat. I appreciate it. Non-human, are you having a Black Friday sale? Can I get the Root Beer Sparkle Novo? It's in its case in the back. But we went through and played all those guitars. We like genuinely when we opened the gig bags in that video, I should have said like we had not seen them. We ordered them, but we hadn't seen a photo or anything of any of those guitars yet. So we didn't know we didn't know what any of them would look like. I think we might have seen the black one, the black Mirrors. But none of the more funky colored ones had I seen yet. And so that was a genuine reaction. And we went through and played them. The Idris with the mirrored aluminum guard, polished mirrored guard, or polished aluminum. That's the last one. They're not going to do that guard anymore. And when we were speccing it out, I was like, let's make the Hitmaker. Nile Rodgers, Hitmaker. But oh, look at Jeff's got it. But then we open these up, and Jeff can attest.
I can.
This was the one.
Oh yeah.
This one and the Hitmaker were the one. So Root Beer Sparkle. Really, really nice. I like how it's let's see, orange. It's got a little bit more orange to it, but it looks like root beer. But this guitar, every now and again we get a Novo and we're like, it's that one. That's the one. And it just immediately started. It was the best one of the bunch, and they're all great, but this one genuinely is the nicest one. Put that there. I don't want to mess it up. it's a very. Oh, here you go. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's cold.
You know, it's cold.
Cold back there. Is that green Novo Robert Baker's guitar? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We missed the crazy Jeff from the JHS live appearance. Yeah, I know, Jeff's funny. That was a good time. Yeah, we have to figure out how to do that with more of the guys. We're trying to figure out how to kind of facilitate doing live streams in the shop or in the front. Oh, you're just hanging out buying non-humans, just buying Death by Audio pedals. Nice. We all have our vices. Mine are Tube Screamers. Let's see. We got some Powers guitars too. These are on consignment. Really cool pair, so you can get, the cam tail. I think the coolest thing about these guitars, I don't like the knobs. I've said that. But the coolest thing about these guitars, and something I didn't realize, is the tremolo system down here is it's tuned for the string gauge so that they rotate on a cam, and so they're moving the right distance for like pitch and stuff. It's really neat. It's a good idea. It's genuinely a good idea. I was impressed by that. Those are really cool guitars. We got this Heritage, one of the new Standard 2s, H150, really great sounding guitar. But yeah, and then like I said, all the Z stuff today until Cyber Monday is on sale, and we got some great stuff. Octal 6, Carmen Gia, Maz, Z40. We have 2 Z28s. I got to do a video on those because it's just like, man, amp just rules. X-Ray. Still have a Z Plus and a Z Rec. So a lot of options on Zs. If you're interested in getting a Z for 15% off, you can do that at high voltage. Doing a heck of a deal on some Fanos. If you're interested in these last two Fanos, then we can hook it up. Call me on that. And yeah, let's see. Get back to the homepage here and then close this out. Any thoughts on the JHS kilt mod on the new kilt? I don't know. I have the old kilt. That's fine. I don't play it all that much, but it sounds good. Oh, good question here. If Paul from PRS would build me a personal guitar at no cost, what would my spec be? I'd a Super Eagle without the preamp. I don't really care for the preamp stuff, but I think a Super Eagle, something like that. Because I played one and it just completely floored me. It knocked me out. I might do like a Brazilian, like a solid Brazilian neck, just go wacky. But then the body be, the same as a Super Eagle. They're stunning guitars. They're really stunning. As Fanos slow down as they transition to Nashville, yeah, it's just finding their footing on production stuff. So you guys will learn more about that soonly. When do I think I'll outgrow the current shop space? I think we've outgrown it now, but we're just gonna ride the wave. We're here for another 3 years. Well, we have the lease for another 3 years. I don't know if we'll stay here for another 3 years. At least the store, it might grow far beyond this. It already feels like it has, but we'll see. But yeah. I mean, like, we have a finite amount of space and we're filling it. We have jammed even more shelving into the back. Even since Paul, because you were here for the anniversary party, we have more shelving now. So there's another giant 8 by 8 foot monstrosity in the back. So, Gabe, hey man, Super Eagle was a great guitar. Yeah, I played one at a guitar show and was just shocked by it. Another Z-Rec question. The Z-Rec is very Trainwreck inspired. So it's super responsive. It's fast. It's a fast playing amp with a lot of gain on tap, a surprising amount of gain. I had a Z-Rec, full 30 water, and then we've had the juniors here, and they're just uber responsive, with a really immediate attack. Like if you took the best of like a really uber refined pushed Vox sound, they're an interesting thing. The Trainwreck thing is hard to like put into words, I think. Ooh, Zvex dropped a video that spelled everything out. I haven't seen this. I like Zach's videos. I remember all the ones of him just talking and doing stuff. You just kind of see his hands. It's like, it's relaxing. Have I tried the Good Cell Super 17s? I think we had those when I worked at Carter Drink, but I was never over the moon about them. It will be duct taping guitar cases to the the warehouse ceiling before too long. Yeah, we can go up further. There's still more ceiling height. Ooh, I just bought a parametric EQ to put in the effects loop of your Mesa Mark V. In my opinion, should you just look for a different amp if you need to do this to find the sound you're looking for? No. I think, like, if you like your amp and just want to tweak it further, it's fun. But to me, it's because I do that in my Mesa. And that's like the Metallica thing. But it just stays on, because it does something to the power section. Having an additional amount of push back there just beefs up the whole amp, which it just doesn't sound like that otherwise. So, yeah. Well, as it is quickly becoming time for me to turn some stuff on, I want to get everything prepped so I can make sure that everything goes live at the correct time, because our email will send soon. But as we're rounding out the stream here, I'll answer a few more questions. Am I going to NAM? Are we going to NAM? Y'all going to NAM? Probably not. I really want to, but I don't think in the past couple years it has proven worth it. Um, I mean, we've definitely made connections and met people that have grown the business, and we have an incredible distributor in Japan now, which we met at NAM, but we were emailing before NAM. We could have secured it without NAM, but I really want to go. I know I'm going to have FOMO about not going, but I think this year, with all the things going on and the amount of money it would take for me just to go, to fly and stay and eat and schmooze and all that stuff, all that money would be better spent here on anything, any multitude of things, new camera equipment, just my time um, to get stuff done. Those are things that I think are more important right now. But I know come like the second week of January, I'm going to be feeling really bad about myself not going. That's okay. You know, what I need to do is go back to the UK. That's honestly more important. I need to go build up those relationships again. uh, oh, David, uh, you and your son bought a pedal at high voltage and you had me sign it. How can you put it on a board to protect my autograph? Um, I don't know. Just put Velcro around it. It would be fine. Usually I try to sign in the middle so you can put Velcro at the top or on the sides. Or you could put some painter's tape over it, maybe. I don't think that should pull off Sharpie. Shouldn't bother it. Why do we choose to stock the Vemram pedals at high voltage? Because Shingo is really nice, and they have a great relationship with Turok, and I don't know. I just wanted them. Selfishly, I wanted them. Oh, Josh hates going. Yeah, poor Josh too. He's too famous. You know, he's 11 feet tall, so everyone can see him, and he just gets he's just bombarded. Like he can't get any work done. You saw a lot of Mythos pedals when you went to Japan. Good, that's good. I always felt like Japan was a market we could have done better in, and we finally are, thanks to our distributor. They've been doing a great job. Dacus Hardware. How many new pedals limited to currently? Is there a number in mind due to components? Absolutely, that's exactly it. So the current batch is a little over 100. We hopefully could build around 300, but we'll find out. Jeff is going to count some of the components and get a better estimate. And as soon as I get done with this stream, I'm going to I'm gonna try to find more resistors because that's the thing. It's really hard to do that. Clear coat it, maybe. I do age pickup covers. Shoot us a message. It's like walking into my analog man's shop is like walking into a pedal flea market. Yeah, I've seen I've seen videos of it, and it looks like an absolute nightmare. But also, I think it'd be kind of fun. If I had never got, if it was still just me building everything, that's what my shop would look like. because that's how my mind works. It's a bit of a nightmare. Okay. All right. Well, 10 minutes to go. So I'm going to start turning things on. Okay. And I want to share this with you guys. I'll make the demo video live here in the next few minutes. But here it is. Here's the release. Came out of nowhere, huh? The Victor. This is our tribute to this. This is an old one. And here is what we are doing for Black Friday 2025. Bent metal enclosure. Oh, the back's over there. All through hole components, NOS parts on the resistors, silver mica cap, WEMA caps, really high quality components throughout. Is literally as nice as we can get. It is as nice as I can find within reason, without having to charge insane money. We're hand wiring the foot switch. We're just doing it the old school way. Purple PCB. It's all the right parts except the chip is not an LM308 because those are really hard to find. We did an OP07, but in this thing, I swear, fired this up. I was like, man, this sounds good. This sounds better. I'm kind of shocked at how good it turned out. So the full demo will be coming soon. You'll see it on YouTube in the next couple minutes. But this is the pedal for Black Friday 2025, the Victor. Victor is not Victor Frankenstein, even though that was kind of apropos, right? It's the Mousetrap brand. I thought that's a perfect name. So there it is, the Victor from Mythos. Really, really proud of this. So you guys are gonna bear witness to me doing this live because I don't have Matthew to distract. There we go. One thing, boink. Next thing, doink. And there it is. It is ready to go. So it should be live on the website. Let me double check my links. There it is. So Mousetrap, that's clever. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, what in the world do I call this thing? Love the Brett Hitman Heart colorway. Yeah, it kind of is. And I thought that's a perfect name, like Mousetrap, rat. I don't know, and I just like that kind of calligraphy style font. Very I don't know, Victorian. I don't know what that would be. What kind of font that would be. But yeah, really, 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 really happy with how these turned out. All of this stuff is forever a roll of the dice. Like, is it going to work? Is it going to sound good? Is it going to look good? And this one does all those things. It's in our bent metal box, real tough, and it sounds great. So in the demo video, which I just made live, you can watch it, here in a minute. Gothic, that's correct. Gothic font. I kind of swung for the fences, trying to avoid as much Blues Dad riffage as I can, but I pulled as many more things that I've tried to play things that you haven't heard me play, that sort of thing. Never played or bought a rat. So if you've never messed with one of these, this is trying to improve all the shortcomings with it. The rat is such a cool hard clip distortion pedal. It really is. It just is. It's an iconic sound, and once you hear it, you're like, oh, I've heard that. And this is just my attempt to refine it. So I'm not gonna say too much because you can go watch the actual video of it. But yeah, it's just my attempt to distill all the things I loved about this and all the things I learned when I was modding these way back when, and put it into a pedal that doesn't have a bunch of crap. It's just straightforward. You know, it's just that refined and made with the best parts possible, and really happy with it. How's it stack? I don't know. People love stacking these, so it's the same sort of thing, so it should stack great. Yeah. I don't have the Soldano anymore, so I can't put it through it. Had to be a rat. Just got it, even though I don't need it. Well, thank you guys. So let's see. I'm gonna see how many are even gone here. Oh wow. Okay. Almost half of them are gone. Your first rat, awesome. This is incredible. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all of you. I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I'm not getting the dings. It is beautiful on the inside. I really, really tried to make it look nice, and I thought I was gonna go with a black PCB, but it's like, nah, it's gotta be purple or something. It's gotta be a weird color, right? And yeah, really happy with. It's kind of hard to focus on all the parts because there's so much height there. And yeah, we're gonna hand wire all these. This is my favorite thing to do, doing the foot switches. So, you just got around to getting a rat. Your first rat. Oh man, you guys are the best. I'm really proud of the aesthetic, so thank you guys. I talk about how I landed on this color in the video. So if these go this quick, which they're pretty much more than half gone, we're gonna we'll open it up for another batch. So one of my really good friends bought the Soldano, but I have the Mark IIc Plus, which I love the Soldano, but that is just like my bread and butter now. Do different color PCBs cost more? They can. Yeah, and it's marginal. It usually doesn't cost that much more. It just takes longer to get them made. You know, you guys are the best. Thank you guys for giving this a shot. And if you've never tried one of these, this is the one you're gonna try. That's awesome. Additionally, as far as like sonic improvements go, I feel like it's a refined version of this, but also the bypass on this, just going true bypass. These are not true bypass, and I can hear it. I know I'm a nut. Most people, it would never bother them, but I can hear when this pedal's in my chain. So that's just me. Oh, we got a super chat. Brandon, thank you so much. Congrats on new pedal day. That was very kind of you. Jeff and I are gonna have a great lunch today. I appreciate you guys so much. But yeah, I'll hang on here until 10, and then we're gonna be counting resistors to see how many we have left, and checking my closet where I have all of my extra crap. Waiting for UK dealers. Yeah, that could be a thing. Like these will not be going to UK in this format, right? With this build. Well, I'll ship, if you're in the UK and you buy it, I'll ship it to you. But we're not going to do these for dealers like this. So if this proves popular and it winds up in part of the lineup, it will be a different build thing. It'll probably be surface, just because it's the only way we can keep up. Doing this is, I'm just asking for stress because it takes so much to get these done. But Jeff has knocked out a lot of the boards already, and then over the next week, these will ship in like 1 to 2 weeks. We'll get everything stuffed in the boxes and stuff. So, oh man, Mythos pedals make you want to play. Oh man, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Well, sweet. Well, it's 10. email is going to send. These will probably be gone pretty soon. But I really appreciate you guys hanging with me. And I know sometimes a solo live stream can be kind of awkward. So I appreciate you hanging in there. Oh, we'll end it on this. This is a great question. What is one pedal that you would recommend to a person that is new to Mythos? If you are wanting to get a grip on what we do as a pedal brand, the pedal I would start with is either the standard Mjolnir, because it's a tweaked version of that classic thing, the classic Klon style circuit, or the Golden Fleece. I feel like the Golden Fleece is the gateway drug for people into fuzz, and then gateway to Mythos, because it's so responsive, it's so connected to your guitar and your amp, that I think it's a good window into my philosophy as a guitar player and a pedal designer. That I think it's a great one. But if fuzz is not your bag and hasn't been your bag and won't be your bag, then probably the Mjolnir I think is the best one. 40 watt. I will see you later. But I appreciate everything you guys have done for us in supporting this brand. It really means a lot. And yeah, I guess I will see you on the AMA. Be sure to send me your questions on AMA Friday on Instagram. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all those things. Go watch the Victor demo and let me know of what you think about the sound of it. And yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. All right.